Welcome my dear students. In this video we are going to make quick revision in the science grade 7. So let's start. Number 1, complete. The types of covalent bond are single covalent bond. You have, as you know, you have 3 types of covalent bond. Single covalent bond and represented by 1 line. Double covalent bond represented by 2 lines. Triple covalent bond represented by 3 lines. So single covalent bond and double covalent bond and triple covalent bond. Number 2, the electric generator. The electric generator, dynamo, it changes from kinetic energy to the electric energy, and this is opposite to the electric motor. The electric motor from electric energy to the kinetic energy. The planets of the solar system divided into 8 planets and the sun divided into 8 planets and the sun. Number 4, green plants use a kind of gas in photosynthesis process. Use carbon dioxide, CO2, and carbon dioxide. The plant absorbs carbon dioxide from the air and absorb also the mineral and water from the soil. Why? To make its food. While oxygen gas is used in respiration. Metamorphic rocks are formed by transformation of igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks. Number 6 is the only liquid non-metal. This is bromine. Bromine is the only liquid non-metal, while mercury is the only liquid metal. Phases changes the color of litmus paper into red or blue? Yes, blue. Due to the presence of what? Of OH. Number 8, the nearest planet to the sun is the Mercury. What about the farthest planet from the sun is the Neptune. The valency of ferric, okay? Ferric, not ferrous. Ferric is trivalent. Ferric is trivalent, or it has 3 positive charges, while that the ferrous is divalent. It has 2 positive charges. Layer protect living organisms from the harmful. Okay, this is the ozone layer. Ozone layer found in the atmosphere, and this layer, very important layer to protect us from the harmful ultraviolet rays. Number 11, the bond in the sodium chloride. As you know, the symbolic sodium chloride NaCl is ionic bond, whereas the bond in water molecules is covalent bond. We can say double single covalent bond because the water has 2 single covalent bonds. The force of gravity between 2 objects in the space depends on the mass. When the mass increases, the gravity increases, and also depend on the distance, and this is inversely proportional. When the distance between 2 objects increases, the gravity will increase. During the chemical reaction of magnesium atom loses or gains. As you know, the magnesium is a metal, okay, and all metals lose their valency electron and they change into positive ions. So during the chemical reaction of magnesium atom loses 2 electrons and they change into positive ion and carries 2 positive charges, because the electronic configuration of magnesium 282. So the last level, or the outermost level, contains 2 electrons, so it tends to lose this electron. The chemical formula of the sodium chloride NaCl, but sulfuric acid is H2SO4, and this is kind of acids. sulfuric acid, nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, and so on. And on dissolving in water, acids give what? Positive hydrogen or negative hydroxide? Yes, positive hydrogen. Ion and alkalis gives what? Gives negative hydroxide. The chemical bond in nitrogen molecules is triple covalent bond. Bond in oxygen is double covalent bond. Types of nuclear forces, we have two kinds: weak nuclear forces and strong nuclear forces. MgO, this is equation, MgO plus O2, or we can say MgO reacts with oxygen, gives MgO, magnesium oxide. This is a kind of powder. Electromagnet is used in making. We have many uses of electromagnet. Okay, uses in winch, uses in electric bell, and so on. The valency of carbonate. Carbonate, its symbol is CO3. The valency of carbonate group is divalent, while the valency of bicarbonate, HCO3, is monovalent. The major component of the atmosphere is nitrogen gas, 78%, and it's about 3/4 of the air volume. Electric motor changes, as I told you before that, the electric motor opposite the dynamo. Electric motor changes from electric energy into kinetic energy. Water waves are examples of wave. Okay, wave motion, while light waves is an example of electromagnetic waves. We can say water waves example of mechanical waves. Telescopes are divided into two types: reflecting telescope and a reflecting and refraction. Okay, refraction telescope and reflection telescope. Object's weight, this is the rule, equals mass times acceleration due to the gravity. Acceleration here depends on the position of the Earth. The color of litmus paper changes into red with HCl solution. Why? Because HCl is a kind of acid. Look at here. How can you differentiate between acid and other compounds? All acids start with H. Okay, so you can differentiate easily between acid and different compounds. With HCl solution, while it changes into blue with alkaline solutions or bases. Limestone belongs to the what? Limestone belongs to the sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks has two kind of stones. Number one, limestone, and the second one is sandstone. Limestone belongs to the sedimentary rocks, while marble belongs to the metamorphic rocks. NH3 plus HCl gives forming NH4Cl. NH4Cl, ammonium chloride. Okay, this is the type. This type of this reaction is compound reacts with compound. As you know, the chemical reaction divided into three types: element with element, element with compound, compound with compound, and the last one is compound with compound. Planets revolve around the sun in the elliptical, okay, or oval paths, while comets also rotate around it in the elliptical or elongated elliptical path. Give reason. The density of the outer planets is low. Why? Because most of the outer planet composed of gases, so they have less density. Potassium K19 is monovalent while oxygen 8 is divalent. Why? Because potassium is metal, so potassium tends to loses its valency electron and it change into positive ion. While oxygen is divalent because the outermost of oxygen contains 2 electrons. So the oxygen tends to gains 2 electrons and it change into negative ion. Number 3, some rock masses that fall in the space don't reach the Earth's surface. Why? This is due to the due to the huge expand of the atmosphere. So the huge expansion of the atmosphere prevent these rocks or celestial body rocks to reach into the Earth. When an atom gains an electron or more, it becomes negative ion. Why? Because when the atom change into negative ion, the number of electrons become more the number of positive electrons. So it will change directly into negative ion. The bond in oxygen molecule is double covalent bond. Why? Because each oxygen, as you know, the chemical formula of oxygen, O2, each oxygen shares by 2 electrons. Okay, each oxygen shares by 2 electrons, so the bond between them are divalent. Chemical equation should be balanced. Why? To achieve the law of conservation of matter. Number 7, the presence of nitrogen in the atmosphere by high percentage. Why? Percentage to reduce the effect of oxygen gas, and the plant helps the nitrogen to make protein. Both nitrogen ion and sodium ion have the same number of electrons. Why? Because, look at here, nitrogen 7 to 5. Okay, when it gains, it change into 2, 8. Okay, and it carries 3 negative charge. Sodium Na 11 2 8 1. This is metal, so it will change into positive and it carries 1 positive charge. Na 2 8. Okay, look at the ion of sodium and look at the ion of nitrogen. They have similar electrons. They have similar number of electrons. Okay. Number 14, the valency of noble gases is 0. As you know, the noble gases are completely filled with electron. What is the meaning of completely filled? Completely filled, the outermost energy levels completely filled with electron. Okay. Exactly completely filled with 8 electrons, except helium. Helium, this is the only noble gases filled with 2 electrons. Okay, so they don't participate or they don't share in the chemical reaction. Why? Because they are completely filled with electrons. The crystals of minerals that form plutonic igneous rocks are large sized. Why? Because the plutonic igneous rocks took long time to crystallize, so they have large crystals and they form under the earth. Okay, by the way. Number 17, the components of basalt rock are not seen by the naked eye because they have small crystals. So they can't seen by the naked eye. Ozone layer is very important for continuity of life on Earth. Why? Because ozone layer protects us from the harmful rays or other rays coming from the sun. Steadfastness of hydrosphere position on the Earth's surface. Why? This is due to the Earth's gravity. Astronauts can hear each other voices directly in the space. As you know, there is no sound, there is no air in the space, so we can say there is no medium in the space, so the astronauts can't hear each other. Okay? Why? Because there is no medium in the space. So and the sound belong to the what? Belong to the mechanical waves, and the mechanical waves need medium to propagate. Okay, so in the space there is no medium, so the sound doesn't propagate. We must use the safety belts in the car and planes. Why? To protect us from the accidents. Put true, false, and correct the wrong ones. The device which is used to study the celestial body or celestial bodies is telescope. This is correct sentence. Strong nuclear forces is used in producing electrical energy. Yes, this is correct one. Metals have 5 or 6 or 7 electrons in the outer energy levels. This is wrong. Why? Because metals, they have 1 or 2 or 3 in the outermost energy level. Safety belts in car work in increasing the force of inertia? No, this is completely wrong. Decrease the force of inertia because they protect us from the rushed forward. Sodium chloride is considered as a base? No, because sodium chloride belongs to the salt. Okay. How can you differentiate? By the way, how can you differentiate between salt and other compounds? Okay. If doesn't start with H, if doesn't start with, if doesn't end with OH, if doesn't end with O, so this compound belongs to the salts. Marble is produced from the conversion of limestone. This is correct. When the ratio of CO2, carbon dioxide, increases, the air temperature decreases? No, it will increase. Okay, and leads to the phenomena called greenhouse or global warming phenomena. The electromagnetic changes magnetic energy into electric energy? No, this is opposite. Okay, from electric energy to the magnetic energy. The number of energy levels in the positive ion is more than that of atom. No, this is wrong. Okay, I will give you an example. Okay, this is sodium Na. Its atomic number is 11, 2, 8, 1. This is an atom. Okay, this is neutral atom. Why neutral atom? Because the number of electrons equals the number of protons. Okay, so when the sodium tends to lose its electron, it will change into positive ion, Na, 2, 8, and carries one positive charge. Okay, look at the number of energy levels here in the neutral atom. How many levels here? 3. And how many levels in the case of ion? 2. Okay, so the number of levels in the ion in the case of metal less than the number of levels in the case of neutral atom. Okay, the ratio of oxygen gas in air is about 78 of the air volume. Okay, this percentage is the percentage of nitrogen, not oxygen. Oxygen 21. Comets revolve around the sun in the elongated elliptical orbits. This is correct. The valency of noble gases is monovalent. No. All noble gases haven't what? Haven't valencies. Okay? So we can say the noble gases have zero valency. Asteroids belt is located between the orbits of Earth and Mars. No, this is wrong. Between Jupiter and Mars. Or we can say between inner planets and outer planets. Separate between inner and outer. The galaxy is a basalt, consists of olivine, pyroxene, and feldspar minerals. Okay, and this is not correct. Basalt consists of olivine, pyroxene, and feldspar. Yes. Okay, sorry, this is correct answer. Yes. This is granite. Granite consists of mica and feldspar and quartz. Okay, so the basalt consists of olivine, pyroxene, and feldspar. Galaxy is the smallest unit in the universe. No, this is the largest unit. Okay, galaxy with other galaxy with millions galaxy form the universe. Mantle layer lies beneath the Earth's outer core. No, mantle beneath the crust, Earth's crust. As you know, the layers of Earth are: number 1, Earth's crust; number 2, mantle layer; number 3, core. And we have inner core and outer core. Meteorites rotate between the two orbits of Mars and Jupiter in wandered asteroid belt. This is wrong. Asteroid, this is the correct answer. The asteroids belt. The chemical formula of aluminium oxide is Al2O3. Yes, this is correct. The solar system consists of 8 planets only. No. Sun and 8 planets and moons and comets, meteorites, meteors. Basalt belongs to the igneous rocks. Yes, this is correct. Basalt and then granite. And by the way, the basalt belong to the volcanic rocks. Granite belong to the igneous rocks. Okay. The Earth is the only planet that has no life on it. This is not correct. Okay. The Earth is the only planet has no life. This is wrong. The distance in the space is measured by the light year. Yes, because the huge distance, the space has huge distance, so we can't measure the distance between stars by the kilometer, because the kilometer is very short distance. The bond in water molecules is covalent. Yes, exactly, single covalent bond. Sandstone and marble are examples of metamorphic rocks. No, marble only. Sandstone belong to the sedimentary rocks. The largest planet in the solar system is the Jupiter. Yes. There are 2 moons revolve around the Mercury. No, this is not correct, because Mercury hasn't moon. Strong nuclear forces are used in generating electricity. Yes, by the nuclear reactor. Inside the nuclear reactor there is a nuclear reactions. Okay, and the nuclear reactions produces the electric energy. Inner planets are solid bodies. Yes, this is correct. Okay, write the scientific term. The distance covered by the light of 1 year is light year. Okay, Sorry. The effect that attempts to change the face of object from static to motion or vice versa, this is the meaning of force. The type of rocks which is formed by disintegration, transportation, and sedimentation, this is sedimentary rocks. So they are three stages. They have three stages to form sedimentary rocks: disintegration, transportation, and sedimentation. Sedimentation, this is the last stage. Oxides produced due to the combination of oxygen with the metal. This is the metal oxide. When the metal combines or reacts with oxygen, it forms metal oxide. When the oxygen combines with non-metal, it forms non-metal oxide, like CO2. Metal oxide like Na2O. Motion which is repeated in equal periods of time, this is called periodic motion. Okay, the kind of periodic motion is repeated regularly, while the transitional motion, they have 2 points: starting point and the ending point. The ability of the earth to attract an object to its center is this is the definition of weight. Compounds dissociated in water producing negative hydroxide ions, this is the base, while acids dissociated in water producing what? Positive hydrogen. Solidified masses of ice, gases, and rock pieces revolving around the sun, this is the comet, like Halley comet. Breaking the reactants bond and forming new bonds among the products, this is the meaning of chemical reaction. It is a set converting mechanical energy into electric energy. This is a kind of dynamo. Waves which need medium to propagate through, okay, this is mechanical waves. Okay, we have various questions here. Write the chemical formula of sodium sulfate. Number 1, sodium sulfate. Sodium, Na2SO4. Why we put T2 here? Because the valency of sulfate is divalent. So the sodium takes the valency of sulfate. So we can write sodium sulfate Na2SO4. Magnesium hydroxide, Mg, this is a symbol of magnesium. Hydroxide, OH. And you must put 2 between 2 brackets here. Okay? You can write 2 here beside hydrogen or between oxygen and hydrogen. This is wrong. Okay? Calcium sulfate, calcium CaSO4. Sodium oxide, Na2O. The last one, copper carbonate, Cu. Carbonate, CO3. Okay. Number 2, if the Earth's gravity acceleration in a place is 9.8 meter per second square, find the weight of the body has mass of 100 kilogram. Okay. Number 1, we will write the rule. What is the rule here? Weight equals mass. Weight equals mass times gravity. Okay, mass here equals what? 100. And the gravity here, 9.8 equals 98. What is the measuring unit here? Newton. Yes. The weight measured by Newton. Classify the following rocks into igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic rocks. Granite, granite, igneous. Marble, metamorphic. Okay. Limestone belong to the sedimentary rocks, and basalt belong to the igneous rocks. Okay. Knowing that the mass of carbon C equals 12 and oxygen O equals 16, find the mass of the reactants and the products through the following reaction. So we must write the chemical equation. C plus O2 forming CO2. The mass of carbon 12 and the mass of oxygen, we have 2 oxygen here, okay, 2 times 16. 12 plus 32 equals 44 gram. Okay, now we will calculate the masses of products. Okay, this is the masses of reactants. Now we will calculate the mass of products. Pay attention here. Carbon, its mass is 12 plus oxygen. We have 2 oxygens here. 2 times 16. 12 plus 32 equals 44 gram. Okay, so we conclude from this reaction the mass of reactants equals the mass of products. So this equation achieves the law of conservation of matter. Write the symbolic balanced chemical equation that illustrates burning of cool carbon in the air. Carbon in the air. Okay, this is very easy. C plus, this is the symbol of carbon, reacts or combine with oxygen, forming, okay, don't forget the triangle. The triangle here represents the heat, forming CO2. Okay? Okay, this is the last page, okay, in this revision sheet. Thank you for watching.